boy, YouTube, what did I get myself into? Hey, YouTube Diesel Dan Peters here. So, we got ourselves a little project. As if we didn't have enough in here. Oh, shouldn't have seen that. Oh boy. Let's just say I paid $200 for this, and it has a clean title. I'm not going to show you the title, but it has a clean title, so I'm going to be getting it registered. And honestly, I couldn't have spent $200 any better, I don't think. I mean, it needs a little work. Don't get me wrong, it does need a little work. But hear me out. I've wanted something that I can turn into a cafe racer that was newer and not like an 80s kind of style bike. I've had many 80s bikes, 80s, 90s, 2000s. Never really had anything newer than that. I mean, even my Harley is it's a 2002, but it's fuel injected, so it's got like a newer fuel system on it. Anyway, I picked up a Ninja 500. It is the 500 EX Ninja. It's a 2006. Now, I know it might not look the best. It probably looks okay on camera, but the previous owner did one of those plastic paint job where he painted it, and we're gonna strip all this down at the end of the day. We're probably gonna go with a I'm thinking cafe racer look, because I think that would look cool with this. So we're gonna get like that old school kind of fuel tank on it. I ordered some carb synchronizers because we have another project in the other side that needs carb synchronizers. I haven't done that in years, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna get it running good. Yeah, for 200 bucks, I don't think that's bad. And I do have the original speedometer and all that, which I will probably wire back. They did some kind of hickory swap here. I don't even, this is just bad. Like, what in the and it works somehow. It does start up. It don't tell you anything. Yeah, it doesn't even tell you what gear you're in. You didn't even know how to wire it. In fact, it even shows 0 miles. And I know I doubt he's only used it for 0 miles, but it was left outside too. So the reason why it will not start right now is it needs a brand new starter, which we got a brand used starter. I was not going to spend the money for a brand new starter if I didn't know how it even ran. So we got the brand new starter here. This is off a 91 Ninja 500. So they even gave me the chain. And honestly, it didn't even look like it had any wear on it. So I figured this would have been perfect right here. I don't know how this is set up, if it's the same kind of setup as that Ninja 500. But I figured it's worth a shot. And we might as well see. Now, unfortunately, I don't know if I'm going to have to take this case out to get to the starter. But I guess we're going to find out either way. And like I said, all these... Look. Oh, my... Yeah, so I'm going to call this the cheapest Ninja 500 motorcycle for sale. Because it really was. That kind of doesn't look good. That looks like a chip. No, actually, I think that is the way it's supposed to be. That's interesting. Looks like there's a hole for where the engine's supposed to meet at the top. Huh. Yeah. That is definitely interesting. I've never seen anything like that before. I don't really know what else to say much. There's not much else to really say about it. I am going to go through the whole thing. We're going to do a full maintenance tune-up on it. We're going to fix all the problems it's got. Shouldn't run me much. I really doubt it will. Hopefully there's nothing super catastrophically wrong with it. But again, we don't know. Last the seller had told me was he parked it, and that was it. He didn't even try to restart it because he let it sit a while. Let's see, is there a... How does the seat come off? Might be with the key, maybe. Probably was with the key at one point. But I don't have all the original keys, and I see where that key lock is in place. Guess I shouldn't have locked it. I think I did that at one point. Might actually have a key. Anyway, YouTube, so we're gonna get that seat off, and let's see if we can get this thing maybe even running today. I don't know. I think that's a little bit of a shot in the dark. I'm gonna put the key in the have a little key holder here. In fact, I'm gonna put the Harley key in the key. Well, if I remember where the Harley key is. Yeah, here we go. I don't like losing keys. But anyway, let's get on with this, and tell me what you guys think. We got so many videos coming up, so please stay tuned. If you want, you know. Yeah. All right, stay tuned.
I saw a light when you passed me by. The reason why I shine, you're the reason why. I thought I caught your eyes, but love is blind. I thought I saw you smile.
Alright, YouTube, so before I forget, so this is the brand used starter I got. So this is a genuine Kawasaki starter. Let me show you how a starter is supposed to be. So basically, see, I'm able to move it nice and freely. No binding. Overall looks in good condition, even for it being used. This is a used Chinese starter. Nothing. You can't spin that at all. Maybe later on we'll take it apart, see what actually went wrong, because that'd be kind of cool. But yeah, that's junk. So what I'm going to do now is, this came with nice wires, and overall everything actually is nice with this entire setup. So we're going to take out the wires that were already here, and just, since these are already bolted on, we'll just get this all installed real fast and see if she cranks to life. Yeah, everything else looks good. Hopefully this piece doesn't fall inside the starter, but we'll have to see. See if we can get it to go without basically the way it is inside. The way it is inside is this is what it looks like. So you got the chain, and you got the little splines where it goes into. So hopefully we're able to get it without having to take the whole side case off, because it's not leaking. That would be nice not to have to do that, honestly. But if we did, I wouldn't mind, you know. It'd be another thing for it. So let's get this going. Alright, YouTube, I know what you guys are saying right now. Did I just really reuse the gasket that was already there? And the answer is yes. I want to make sure that this engine runs okay. Um, Obviously, if it needs a full rebuild, I'm not going to put the time and effort into it. It was 200 bucks. I can easily make my 200 bucks back. Um, Someone who needs a frame, someone who needs wiring, well, I wouldn't use this wiring personally, but even the carbs, I could probably get 200 bucks out of those if I really wanted to just part out the bike. But honestly, if the bike needs a full rebuild, I don't know if I'm gonna really want to go that far with it. At least right now. This is just to literally see if it starts up. If it does start up, we're gonna go through it. We might even put new clutch packs in there, make it run really good. We'll fix any leaks that it's got. We'll rebuild the carbs, and I'll run you guys through everything that I do. I guess I have an counter right now. See, I go again with the ums. But yeah, the whole point of this is just to show you guys, hopefully, if I got a good deal. Now remember, I'm a little bit crazier. I buy stuff sight unseen. I don't even ask questions half the time. I'm just like, I don't care. We're gonna take it, and I'm gonna run with it. Now, I don't think I can really lose money from a deal like this. Like I said, since I only paid $200 at the end of the day for it. Originally, it was only $100. And then he found the title and was like, hey man, you know, I did find it. I'll meet you closer this time. Super nice guy though. And it worked out in my favor because now I'm able to make this video for you guys. And I haven't owned a Ninja since high school, so this is bringing back some memories to when I had my bike. I had a it wasn't exactly a Ninja, okay, so it was a Concourse 1000. I don't know if you guys remember those bikes, but it was more of a sport bike, sport touring bike, I should say, not a sport bike specifically, a sport touring bike. Really nice bike. I did love it, but it burned so much oil, I had to get rid of it. Let's see if I can get this thing. Still got it. Alright. Here we go. Hopefully you guys aren't getting too dizzy with all this movement. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna finish this up. We're gonna put the last 2 bolts in, tighten her up, and I guess it's gonna be fingers crossed kind of deal. Like I said, I have no idea what's gonna happen. It's either gonna be really good, really bad, maybe a little bit of both. You can definitely tell this bike ain't new. You know, it's been sitting a while. They've obviously in the past rigged some stuff, but I'm not complaining. Like I said, for 200 bucks, you can't really go wrong. Now the fact that it doesn't really have any coolant in it kind of scares me a little bit, but honestly I think I saw a leak on the floor somewhere, so we might not even have a problem. What does this look? Yeah, oil smells okay. I don't think it's a head gasket. Again, I don't know anything about this bike at all right now. We're still in that beginning stage of learning what the bike could possibly need. But if it did need a head gasket, that would make some pretty good videos, I think. Would be a little more work for me though, so hopefully not, since it's still pretty low miles. I think the actual odometer that it did come with only had 16,000 on it, which I think is pretty low. So we're gonna hook up these wires. I'll bring you guys around this way, around to this side. Let's see. Put you guys like that. Alright, so there we go. We'll remove this. It's also, I guess, a good test to see if the solenoid was bad the whole time. But I doubt it, because that starter is locked pretty solid. It ain't going anywhere. But this is going to go right here. Yeah, and hopefully you guys can see okay. And on the view here. Okay, and we're gonna get this other last wire just mounted up over here. And again, we'll button all this up in a bit, but my goal is just to see if this thing will even crank right now. So let's see. I feel like I'm playing Chris Fix over here. Will it run? Actually, a little bit of Musty 1 too. Musty 1 as well, I should say. It's not Musty 1 2. It's Musty 1. If you guys don't know those YouTube channels, you should go check them out. Pretty awesome guys over there. Tell they're down to earth. And that's the kind of people I'm into. Nice people. There we go. And let's get the one last one in. Here we go. Alright. Well, I know she's got oil. Didn't really leak anything out. We got her keys over here. I'll put you guys like that. Let's see if she cranks. Oh boy, here we go. Let's see if neutral. This thing don't tell me anything. It probably would still crank in neutral. Wow, I think that this solenoid is actually bad. Let's see if I can jump it. There we go. Interesting. It doesn't sound like she's even trying to crank, which, I'm wondering what that is now. So, let's get you guys back on the time lapse, and we're going to take a look at this. Let's see what actually is wrong with this. I think that's similar to what this used to do. I know she feels locked, but I think that's what this used to do. Huh. Alright, time lapse. Comments.
When you pass me by, the reason why I shine, you're the reason why I thought I caught your eyes. The love is blind. I sun.